Welcome back. This is Tom, and this is Tom's Radio Room Show, and I'm down in my workshop. It's right now 5:34 a.m. Eastern Time. I don't know if it's daylight or nightlight or whatever. I hate that. I hate that changing time zone things. Oh, what a mess. Why? It makes no sense. Anyway, I've got my Sagen ATS 909. Man, I can't talk anymore. That's one of the problems with getting old. Your brain just kind of rambles around. Anyway, kind of like I'm rambling now. This is my Sagen ATS 909X shortwave radio. And I really like this radio because, one of the reasons is because of this nice big display. Now, I don't know if the camera is even picking it up, but down here it has an alphanumeric display that you can add. And right now it says Australia, which is not where this is tuned to. If I was on the memory pages that this radio has, that would be the memory page 1, and it's tagged Australia. So that's why it says Australia. What a waste of time that was. Okay, so we're down here attempting to test these long wire antennas. Now this one here is a one I installed yesterday. It's about 40 feet long. It comes from DRC Incorporated. He sent this to me to do a review. It's a simple long wire antenna with a connection at one end to coax cable so that you can bring it into your office or workshop or shack, whatever, and it's shielded. And that's the key thing if you want to bring your antenna, your external antenna, into a noisy RF environment. You know, I've got lights on. I don't have my computer on right now, but I have various things on in the room that can create RF. And so that is the key, is having that shielded cable, because if you just use the single stranded wire that you're using for the actual antenna and just bring that in, that piece that comes into your workshop is going to pick up RF noise, and that's not desirable. So this is the key to having an antenna like that. Now you can make these antennas yourself, but if you don't have any of the supplies that you need to make this antenna, including the connector, it will take you much more time and energy to make one yourself than to just buy one. So that's that. The other thing I have is, this is my long wire antenna that I made, and it's about the same length, about 35 to 40 feet. It's in my backyard, where this antenna is in my front yard. That's a difference. It's going a different direction. The one in my backyard is going to the southwest. The one in my front yard is going to the northwest. So some differences right there. So I'm not really comparing these two antennas because the setup is different. Okay, now let's try this. We've got, right now we're tuned to WWV on 5 megahertz using the Sangean's built-in, and was not fully extended, I just noticed that, built-in antenna. And let's see how it does. It's okay. And this does have, another thing nice about this radio is it has a nice big S meter. Now how accurate it is, that doesn't matter. It's just going to be a relative measurement. And right now, it's just barely illuminating 1 bar out of probably 10 or 15 bars. So it's barely getting that signal with the built-in telescopic antenna. So now we're going to try this outside antenna. Again, this was supplied by DRC Incorporated. He sells these on eBay. And we're going to plug it in to the external antenna port. And already we are, let me see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 bars. We went from almost 1 to 7 bars already. Now let's see what kind of noise it picked up. Nothing. No noise. In a very strong signal. We're at 7 and 8 bars out of 10. So this is, I mean, this will make, just this simple antenna will make all the difference in the world for your shortwave listening, as you just saw. So that signal is strong and clear. And all I did, I'll turn the volume up, and then I'm going to unplug it. I'm getting a lot of noise, and it's not reading anything now. And I can hear it, but it's pretty weak. Okay, so that's an example of one. Now we'll try my little kludged up antenna, which is similar in design. And we've got 10 bars. Yeah, between 9 and 10. Of course, like everything else, let me turn this down, conditions are rapidly changing. So that's another variable. When I mean conditions, atmospheric conditions, for instance. So we're now between 8 and 9 bars, and I'll unplug this one. And this one now is 9 bars. So they're about the same. Again, they're pointing in different directions. They're probably slightly different heights above the ground. Not much, probably within 5 feet of each other as far as height. So you can see on that one test, and I'll do some more frequencies, it makes a big difference. Just a simple little antenna, which there are several companies that make these type of antennas. I will be doing another antenna test, actually 2 more, and I'll be testing this guy right here. This is an end-fed antenna, similar, but this has this little box which has a choke in it to reduce the noise. And then you make your attachments to come into the house right here on this connector. Okay, so I'll be doing that sometime soon, once I get it up in the air. As you can see, I was struggling yesterday getting the other one up in the air, although it's not that difficult. It's just, you know, being an old fart, I get winded very quickly. And I just know, oh, okay, I get a drink, stand by. I also lose my voice very quickly. Okay, now I've got a list of possible things that, yeah, they're still on. I got 15 minutes that are on right now based on the primetime shortwave listing. Oh man, life is getting difficult. Okay, so let's just pick one of these. And we don't want all those preacher men. We don't want to listen to them. Let's find something that might be difficult. Here we go. This is coming from New Zealand. Right now is a good time for me, where I'm at, to receive signals from that area. New Zealand, Australia, China. So we'll try one that says it's on 9700. Turn the volume up. It's there, but it's kind of weak. But it's there. And if I take this external antenna out, there's nothing. It's zero. Put it back in. There it is. It's going between 3 and 5 bars, where when I took the antenna out, it's zip, zero, nada. Okay, let's try another one before we run into the next hour, which some of these stations will go off the air. Radio Australia, do I have that someplace? Yeah. Radio Australia right now should be on, whoa, way down there. 2485. No, I didn't think I could get that. I don't do very good on the lower frequencies here at my location. Plus, let me turn this back down. Plus, when you go lower in frequency, your antenna typically needs to be longer. So I would guess I probably need maybe 80 feet of long wire down in this frequency, down at 2.485. That would help things. And like I say, this antenna is 40 feet long. Okay. Let's just try, for the heck of it, let's try the other antenna, the one I built, which is, like I say, it's a different direction. Let's see if that makes much difference. Right now, I have, on the S meter, it's zero, nothing. Okay, let me plug this other one in. Nope, can't get that station. Maybe it's not on the air. Maybe, no. Some of these listings get out of date very quickly. Okay, let's try China radio. And there's a bunch of higher frequencies listed. I don't see any low frequencies. Well, let's try one of these higher frequencies. 13790. Okay, frequency 13790. Enter. Nothing there. We'll try an antenna, external antenna. Nothing there. Going that high in frequency, typically the band conditions get better for those higher frequencies in the late afternoon, not early morning. Okay. So let's just let's tune, okay, for a few seconds, and we'll start at 10 megahertz. Okay, I'm not getting WWV at 10 megahertz. I'm getting about 3 bars of noise. I don't hear any signal. Again, for my location, this time of day, the lower frequencies are better. Actually, this is when I listen to the 80 meter ham band. Let's just see. Let's see what's on the 80 meter ham band. So let's go to 4 megahertz. Enter. Turn the volume up, and then we'll go to single sideband, because usually those guys are on single sideband, and they're usually on lower sideband up here. And let's try tuning. Nothing so far. Pretty quiet. There was one person. Pretty weak, right in there. There he is. There. I was trying to hear his location. He's about S3. Let me see. There's another one, 3.970. Another one. Whoop. Okay, that's a 3.967. Pretty good, fair. I'll unplug the antenna. It's totally dead. Nothing. I can't hardly hear any noise. So this antenna is working pretty darn good. Like I say, the design is pretty straightforward, but as I indicated, if you don't have the components, if you don't have the wire, the little spools that I showed you for using as insulators or any other kind of insulators, the connector, the shrink wrap tubing, and just listing those parts, you see it'll take you a while to construct this. It'd be simpler just to buy one. And if you go, like I say, if you go to eBay, you can find these on eBay. There's a number of manufacturers. This particular one comes from DRC Incorporated, and it does its job. I mean, it makes the point that you really need for shortwave is some kind of external antenna. You're not going to do very good, especially if you're indoors. You're not going to do very good with your built-in telescopic antenna. So that's the show. If you enjoyed this show, thanks for watching. Please give me a thumbs up. Bye-bye.